Hey guys, it's me here with your weekly update. I just wanted to do this via video just because we haven't done this in a while. And I just wanted to start off by just saying thank you guys so much for serving our kids and our families on Sundays. What we do in KidVenture is very important because we are making disciples of our kids. When I think about God's kingdom, His purpose, His plan for all of humanity and the earth, like our kids are a part of that and they get to participate in that now. And what we do on Sundays in terms of teaching them and training them and encouraging them to use their gifts, like they wouldn't, like they get that because of you guys showing up on Sundays. And so I just want to thank you guys so much for your willingness to serve and to do whatever's needed, through all the craziness of COVID and then the summers and stuff like that. I just want to say thank you guys so much for your willingness to show up and just basically just give up yourselves in order to serve our kids and families. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for helping to make disciples of our kids. I think of all the kids, I don't know if you guys have seen the email about the 20-year celebration. And, as I reflect just back on my few years of serving in kids here, and I think about all the kids we baptized, all the kids I see making decisions to follow Jesus, all the kids I see sharing Jesus with their friends and learning what it means to be a follower of Jesus. Like, I am so thankful that we get to do this together. And I'm so grateful for all of you guys. And I'm really super excited this fall and this year as we start to just really kind of ramp back up into what it means to be KidVenture and what we get to do with our kids. The first thing I want to start off with, if any of you guys read my email last week, I know it's kind of a long one and it kind of got sent at the last minute. So if you didn't read it, that's okay. And I actually do have to shift a little something from what I said. So last week, if you guys read the email, I said, hey, if you're unvaccinated, we're asking you guys to wear masks. Jeffco is changing up their orders. I've been hearing a lot more about, like, even though you're vaccinated, you can still get COVID and you can still pass it on. And so as I've been seeing what the infection rates and how it's impacting our kids and our community, and in talking with Corey about this, starting this Sunday, I'm asking everybody to wear a mask, even if you're vaccinated. I'm going to be wearing a mask. The reality is you guys, our kids don't even have the choice of a vaccine right now. They don't even have the opportunity to get something if their parents so choose for them to be vaccinated. And so the best way we know to protect them in this moment is for everybody to be wearing masks as we are engaging with them. I know it's not the most ideal situation when we're trying to teach, but we've done it before and I believe we can continue to do it. If there's something that you guys are like, hey man, like, this is really hard. Maybe if I had a microphone, or like if there's like something you guys could think about that would help serve you guys better, let me know. I'd be willing to try anything to make this a great experience for you guys. But I am asking you guys because I want to honor where our kids are and the fact that they are right now that vulnerable population in regards to COVID. I also think, here's the other thing right now. The great news is they're saying if you're masked, even if you are exposed to COVID, we're not asking you to quarantine or anything like that, unless you start to show symptoms and stuff like that. So that's the great thing about it is, like, before I was like, oh my gosh, if we get exposed, even though we're wearing masks, we have to quarantine and shut everything down and we have to stop our programming. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to disrupt what we're doing on Sundays. I don't want to have to tell 20, 40, 50 families like, hey, you can't show up to school for the next week because you were exposed at a program on Sunday. And by the way, next Sunday, we're not going to have KidVenture because we've now told all of our families to that they have to quarantine and they can't come to church. Like, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to stop our programming, you guys. I like, for all the reasons that I just shared about what I love about what it is we do on Sundays, I don't want to have to stop doing that. I'm actually, because I'm getting really excited for the fall. I just feel like God's going to start doing some really big things within our ministry and within ourselves. And so I don't want to stop doing that. I don't want to have to stop doing that for a week because we had an exposure at church on Sunday. So I'm just going to ask you guys to wear your mask for the one service while we're in the kids, because we're in small classrooms with kids and large concentrations of people right there. And like I said, our kids aren't even eligible for the vaccine. So we just, I just want us to protect our kids as much as we possibly can. So thank you guys so much for complying with that. I will be wearing a mask even though I won't even be in the classroom with the kids for the most part. But just, because I will be interacting with kids as a greeter and with our families and stuff like that. We will be doing that. And by the way, tomorrow, we will also be emailing parents within the next 24 hours about this, about requiring masks for all of our kiddos. So, so across the board, anybody in KidVenture, 11 and under, plus any volunteers, where I'm asking you guys to wear masks. Yeah. If you guys have any additional questions or need additional clarification, please feel free to reach out to me, call me, text me, grab me on Sundays. I'd be more than well, more than happy to sit down with you guys a little bit about that. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for your willingness to keep our kids safe and to protect them and to be willing to withstand some uncomfortability so that we can continue to disciple our kids. I just, I'm hearing a lot about the mental health effects of what's happened during when we had to shut everything down and kids got separated from community. And I just don't want to do that. I want to keep our kids in community as much as possible. So I'm just asking you guys to help me do what we can, the things that we can do to keep this going on. The other big thing is just a reminder on arrival times, you guys, is I'm really trying to get us into our fuel and focus routine again. So that's at 8:40. I may have to bump that a little earlier, but I'm going to try to keep it at 8:40. That means by 8:40, you guys have to have everything ready to go. Your AV up and running, making sure you have all your supplies. So whatever time, because I know every class has different setup needs and requirements. So whatever time it is that you need to be at church so that you can have everything ready in advance before then needs to happen, because at 8:40, we're going to pray. And by the time we're done praying and getting focused on the morning, getting our hearts ready, listening to Jesus, just by the time we're, get our hearts prepared for the morning, like the kids are arriving. So there's not really going to be time to be futzing around with things. And then like myself and the captains, we're usually running around greeting families, getting everybody where they need to be and helping people out. So just a reminder on those arrival times. If you serve second service, you're welcome to come to our Fuel and Focus first service. It's a great way to see other faces of people who are serving in KidVenture. I know a lot of times you see, oh, well, here's somebody in first service, but it's great for, to see, to see other people on a team and to just feel like a larger part of being connected within the KidVenture community. So you guys are welcome, even if you're not serving first service or even that Sunday, to participate in our Fuel and Focus. So that's it. So those are like the two big things I just wanted to communicate with you guys. But again, thank you so much for everything you do. I'm really thankful for everything you guys do. I'm excited for, like I said, what I feel like God's doing in our kids and what He wants to do. And so I'm thankful for you guys for joining me in this discipleship process. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye.